Hello, I'm Prasok again. Okay, today we are on tutorial number 3. In this tutorial we'll talk about the mechanics, electricity. Here we'll probably discuss the most important function of this machine, how the system diagnoses cell metabolism, and how it regulates cell metabolism. Start, we have to talk about electricity. Now we are all familiar with electricity that's wired into our houses and that powers our household appliances. Similarly, there is also electricity in our body. Our body produces electricity. Each heartbeat starts an electrical impulse, and this electricity is very natural and very important and useful for our body to power the energy production in our cells. And this is actually in microamperes. One of the differences, the current in the house is in amperes, and the bioelectricity is in microamperes, which is below sensory level, and that's the reason we can't sense it. And this bioelectricity is actually measurable. And what the BCR therapy system does is it can measure this electricity, and it can also influence changes to this electricity. And one of the interesting things between the two electricities is that the law of electricity is the same for the electricity we use in our homes and for the bioelectricity in our body, which is the Ohm's law. Okay, some of you like me may not find the formula very friendly, but we only have to focus on the components, that's the voltage, current, and resistance. So change to a better picture. So you have a volt, resistance, and current. These are the components, and the whole electricity has a lot role to play in metabolism, and upsetting metabolism, and also regulating and normalizing metabolism. So we just already talked about electric current. Now we go to resistance. Now the purpose of resistance, when the machine, the BCR therapy device diagnoses, it actually reads the impedance, and from this diagnosis it finds out all the other things. So what resistance is used actually is for diagnosis purposes. Okay, now we talk about voltage. Now when we talk about voltage, we have to come back to voltage actually influences the membrane potential. So to bring back to this picture which we saw earlier, this is the cell membrane, and the crossing between the membrane actually happens as a result of the pressure inside and outside caused by the electric potential. And this electric potential is influenced by the voltage. So when there is an illness, in this context, when we say illness, we are referring to the pain-causing illnesses like the injury, infection, something like that. So when there is an illness, you see that there's a change in the membrane potential. Or rather, we can say that when there is a disruption to metabolism, there is a change in the membrane potential. So voltage is actually used to modulate and regulate the membrane potential, to enhance the membrane potential. So that's the role of voltage. Now, talking about this, we also have to discuss about frequency and polarity. Now we come to the next page. Okay, frequency. Each cell type or each muscle has an individual frequency. So you can see some guides here. These are just sample figures. So for example, if you look at the middle nerve pain, the frequency is 396 Hertz, and for liver it's 9.8 Hertz. So each part of the body has a specific frequency. So what the BCR therapy device does is, during the scan, the device measures this frequency, and then it serves the right frequency to the tissue that gives the best response to metabolism. So frequency is used to improve, normalize metabolism. Now we talk about polarity. Polarity, there are positive and negative polarities, and a positive polarity has a cooling effect. So this is used for like arthritis, inflammation, and for the hypermetabolic situations. And this is a negative polarity as a warming effect, and is used for the hypometabolic situations. Then you have alternating current. You have a balance of positive, negative polarities, and this is used for lymphatic drainage and balancing. So in other words, the polarity is actually being used to regulate the hyper and hypometabolic situations into normal. Now just to summarize this, now electric current, this is in microamperes, this microcurrent that the machine delivers. And the resistance impedance is actually used to diagnose. Voltage is to regulate membrane potential. Frequency is to regulate metabolism, and polarity is also to correct metabolism. Now it looks simple, but actually these are very complex technologies, mainly because of the cybernetic nature. Now we have machines that can do this, maybe a number of machines you need to use, but it's like you choose one of these and it just delivers that. You can compare this like, with taking multivitamins. If you think you need vitamin C, then you pop in vitamin C. If you think you need vitamin E, then you pop in vitamin E. But anything when it's too much, that is not good. But in this case, with the cybernetic technology, the next tutorial we'll learn about the cybernetics. This machine, it actually diagnoses and it modulates. So which means if you're first it sets the target, and then it does the treatment, and then it checks if the target is reached. If the target hasn't reached, then it goes back to scanning again. If the target is reached, then it will go to the finished product and continue treating. So it regulates in this way. So if the target is very far, probably the machine works harder, and the target is close, the machine works slower. And if you don't have really a problem and the target is not there, then probably the machine doesn't work. So since it is regulated this way, you cannot overdo this. And also you don't have to worry about whether you need vitamin C or vitamin E, or these are just hypothetical examples. You just have to apply, and it does all the correcting by itself. Okay, this is for the electricity part, and the machine also has nanotherapy. Now you have this blue and red LED lights. The blue light actually regulates inflammation, releases nitric oxide, promotes blood flow, improves oxygen. It's in 465 nanometers. So, and we have the red light. And this red light actually increases, helps in increasing intracellular ATP, in improving cell activity, increasing cytochrome C oxidase, increasing DNA RNA activity, and this light is in 625 nanometers. And okay, this is basically how the system functions. And to treat, actually you don't need to know any of this. All you need to do is to connect the cables and fill in the patient's particulars and answer the questions that the machine will ask you, including giving the machine all the medications that the patient has taken, so that the diagnosis will be more effective, and then press the start button. Everything else is automated. The machine does by itself. Okay, thank you for watching this, and Please wait for the remaining tutorials as well, and see